Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, she was heard talking to her husband on a phone call from jail, and she stated that the police had took her truck and it was going to be used to help pay his victims. And she also stated that they told her that they're going to come back to take her wedding ring. And all her husband all he kept saying was, wow, what? Wow, what? And well, before I go any further, let me shout out, I heard this, the jail call on, I believe it was, the podcast is called Jail Calls. But anyway, I was listening to what Shirley was saying, and I'm like, I know Shirley had to have seen some warning signs of something not being right with her husband. There had to be some type of red flag, something, raised an eyebrow too. I mean, I'm like, come on now. You didn't notice that your husband was renting a house next door to the house y'all live in, and he had to rent another house with his business partner for what? That's not an office building. He got the house right next door to the very house that y'all share together, but your name is on that house and you didn't know? Come on now. And if you did know, that's a red flag. Did you ignore it? Or what type of excuse did he give you? Like, come on, Shirley. She give advice for a living. So that's what makes it so hard to have sympathy for her and feel sorry for her, because it's like she done gave out countless advice on them strawberry letters. And now majority of all of social media is giving her very own social media daily. Constantly, she's being reminded. She has stated she's had to shut down Instagram, everything, because she can't take it. And I get that. But my thing is, she is, and I understand she's trying to stand by her husband, but I know she was at that bail hearing that he had and heard those charges being read against him, with more to come, as they stated. So she really is like, she refused to believe that her husband is guilty, even though, they stated his rap sheet dates all the way back to the 80s. Shirley can't be this desperate for a marriage. I'm like, come on now. In my opinion, this is clearly a case of, I can dish it, but I can't take it. Because she believes that the lady, Erica, her husband's business partner, she believes that the lady is guilty, but she doesn't believe her husband is guilty. And I'm like, what makes him innocent when they were both working together? That lady didn't put that house in your name. Your husband put that house in your name. And whether you knew or not, you caught them charges and you catching all this flack because of your husband. Not because of what this lady did, but because your husband put you in this mess. But you choose to ignore your husband and you want to put it off on a lady. That's, I mean, come on now, wake up, Shirley. I don't even think her husband loved her enough to just say, Shirley, go on about your business. Don't worry about me. Don't spend no more money trying to get lawyers and fight this case. Just move on. Even if he can't bring himself to tell her that he is guilty and he did this stuff, he should at least have enough dignity, enough respect for her to just tell her to go head on, move on, and um so she doesn't continue to be caught up in his mess and losing herself in the process. Because this man knows exactly what he did, and he knows that he's about to do some time, in my opinion. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear on one of those jail calls that he was pushing for her to speak to Steve for help, for money and stuff like that, for a better lawyer, anything. I mean, I would not be surprised if we heard him having her ask Steve, or he probably told her to ask, but because she still has her pride and stuff like that, and she's a nice lady, but she's gullible. She's being too gullible with him, and she doesn't want to. She probably don't want to bother anybody else or put anybody else in their mess, but she will ask if he's pushing her to ask. But I wouldn't be surprised if we heard it. But I don't even know how Shirley is still able to be given advice on the radio. If I was her, I wouldn't want to. I would be like, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me be the DJ. Let me trade places with the producer. Anything to be behind the scenes. I still need my job, but I need to be behind the scenes, not up front. And I'm definitely not giving no advice. And I don't even see how the radio show is still having her give advice to people. And better yet, why are people still sending their letters hoping for some advice to this doggone show? These people clearly won't help themselves, so how can they help anybody else? These people on the Steve Harvey morning show, they're hypocrites. Steve and Shirley married the same person, and they are one and the same, because Steve married both of them married career criminals, in my opinion. Steve's wife married to drug lords, drug kingpins, kids related on both sides. So, and Steve, everybody keeps saying that Steve is afraid of his wife. She runs the household. She done made Steve forget all about his biological kids. Their relationship is right now beyond repairable. Anything happen to Steve, his kids don't get a dime, because Marjorie probably didn't already milk them accounts. His check go to his account and straight to hers. His kids ain't got nothing coming. Shirley, she got the same person as Steve. Somebody that's ruining her life and not looking back, not thinking about her, lifelong criminal, in my opinion. And she doesn't know what to do. She's either afraid to walk away because she know he's a criminal and she don't know what could happen to her. Or she's just that gullible. Just like Steve. Because it looks good to the outside world. Him and he wants everybody to think that him and Marjorie looks good, and to the outside world they're like the perfect couple. And Shirley's the same way. She wants to be married. She wants that married life. So she is being gullible and hanging on to this man every word. He doesn't care that he's ruined her life. He just gonna keep on talking, and he don't see, he's not listening to her on these calls to hear her, the pain in her voice, the suffering. He's like, oh, my life, my life. No, it's both y'all life, because every day that you do behind bars, she's doing time with you. Her car is taken. Her house is gone. Her wedding ring, she can't even hack her wedding ring to get money if she needed, because they told her they're coming back to get it. So, but he keep on saying, my life, like she's not living the same life with him. He just happened to be living behind bars, but she's out here on the forefront. She's the one that has the target on her, that's taking all of his flack. People can't get to him, so they coming at her, and he doesn't care. But Shirley gonna keep on, and they gonna start to garnish her checks, talking about, oh yeah, we need this too to pay his victims. And then what she gonna do when when her checks are being directed to somewhere else? Everything that she has worked for is being taken away. That's the only difference between her and Steve. Shirley just didn't have enough money. And Steve, that's why he worked like a dog, in my opinion. Because if he don't, he ain't gonna have no wife. She gonna just take what he got now, and leave. But everything Shirley has worked for thus far is just gone at the snap of a finger. And it wasn't even to her own doing. It's not even her fault, besides the fact that of her being a naive, submissive wife that refuses to see her husband for exactly what he is. But when Shirley finally starts to recognize the truth and become cognitive of what's going on in her life, and start to realize that what her husband actually did and what he's doing to her, I just hope that she has someone around her that really loves her, because she's really going to lose it, in my opinion. And she's going to be out her mind. And that's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.